So today we're going to do two meals at once. We have unusual ingredients, especially green tomatoes from my yard. It's totally organically raised. And then my peas, of course, is also from my organic garden. And so is my herbs. We have parsley, we have basil, and the rest of it is store-bought. Now we're going to start with doing sea bass. We use olive oil first to cover our sea bass, and then we shall use pink Himalayan salt to be let's say healthily and correct. And then we add our green tomatoes from our garden to our sea bass, and some onions, as you see, and a little bit of course, basil from the yard. And just to add color, we add chopped carrots to make it delicious looking sea bass once it is baked. And I always add a little bit ginger, you don't want to add too much. Of course, adding spices is up to a person how they like it. I have a little bit of clove because I don't like the smell of fish, just to cover it up. And then I have my special spice mix, which I will use for the other dish we're about to prepare. And then if you like, you can add a little bit of parsley, and I always add lemon juice because we don't like just the fish taste. Even though it's a healthy thing, it's still not a favorable smell. And I add a little bit of water in the pan, that way all the steam will help cook evenly. Now let's move on to our second dish with the green tomatoes. This time we add again olive oil to our pan. This is a cast iron pan which cooks evenly when it's hot, but however, for the sake of the video, we don't do it yet. And this is already sauteed with onion, ground beef. It's about a pound. And then we add the organic peas from my garden and store-bought carrots, and then again our organic green tomatoes. Let's add all of it because once they're cooked, they are really gonna get smooshed. And what you see over here is grated celery root. It's a root, it's very healthy, but it retains salt, so you don't want to add too much salt when you're doing this dish. And then I add a lot of parsley to this dish, and of course red pepper paste. And let's add up the water, a cup of water to our dish, and a little bit of red Himalayan salt. Salt is again up to your taste, how much salt do you want. I don't advise adding too much salt because salt can be added afterwards. And this is my special spice mix. What it has is cumin, coriander, and other things that I think it goes well with red meat. Of course, you can order from me for yourself. And then we stir it, and it's off to go to the stove top. And then once it is cooked around like 40 minutes, I will show you the result for both. We are back. Our food is cooked, as you can see. We also plated with the company of coconut oil cooked jasmine rice. And you can look closer. See that it took only 40 minutes to cook. However, I had to cover my sea bass with the aluminum paper so that the steam can infuse and cook evenly. As you can see, the green tomatoes from the garden really stand out and shows the prettiness of the fish. And over here we also decorated with a fresh parsley from the garden, and it's ready to eat. The noodles in the rice is gluten free. Everything over here is gluten free. It's nothing harmful for any paleo diet followers, as well as gluten free or gluten intolerant people. And this is a very healthy dish. Thank you for watching, and hope to see you in the next coming video. Goodbye.